Another topic that we get asked about is what are corporate accelerators. So if you think about Y Combinator as an example, so we have a number of people in the company who've gone through Y Combinator. You already have a business, you already have a team, you might have a product, or you might be just about to launch a product. You might have some prototypes or something like that. Depends on the industry that you're in. Biotech is very different than just pure play tech startups, right? But the idea is that you're going to go through a program. Typically it's 12 weeks long or so. Some are a little bit longer or a little bit shorter. Usually it's all in person. Usually you are seated with some money. The accelerator gets some equity in exchange for that. Y Combinator is giving you a small amount of money. They're getting like 7% in equity, but then they're also bringing you all these investors, and they have investor day and they help you raise capital. If you get into the program, that's a huge stamp of approval in and of itself, right? There are literally investors that will only invest in tech startups that go through Y Combinator. They won't invest in anything else. So some accelerators can be longer, can be 3 or 6 months long. Rather than just 12 weeks, but you've kind of seen some of the most notable ones around the 12-week model. So you're broken into cohorts after you get accepted into the program. You're all on site. You usually, you're going to get investment, you're going to get mentorship, you're going to get education, and you're going to get intros to investors or other advisors and so on and so forth. The corporate accelerators are then going to spin up programs that are specific and going after a specific type of companies that would help a company's needs, like a Microsoft, for example, has done corporate accelerators, right? So now you're going to get existing startup teams in areas that are of strategic significance to Microsoft. And now you're going to have those companies could get funding from Microsoft. They could get partnerships from Microsoft. You're going to have a lot of access to different executives and to different departments at Microsoft, but it's not mutually exclusive. You could go through the accelerator program and not get anything from Microsoft or not get any investment from Microsoft, but maybe Microsoft's competitor is interested in you. So you're not pigeonholing yourself just to say, well, if I go through this and Microsoft doesn't like me, I'm in trouble and that's a stain on me. No, not necessarily, but you are definitely going to have much greater access and involvement and insight into the needs of Microsoft, which might steer your product roadmap or your business model in a certain direction if you know that you're trying to tailor something for Microsoft going into it, right? So, there's pros and cons to going through a corporate sponsored accelerator as well. We've seen Nike do this when they were trying to get the fuel ban going. They created an accelerator to try and get startups that are going to build software using the data coming out of the fuel ban. Ultimately, the fuel ban failed, and they shuttered that. And so you've seen examples of this working, and you've seen examples of this not working, where the fuel ban is much newer, a newer product, and they're trying to jumpstart that supply side of the equation with startups building software on top of it. Hi, this is Alex from Winner Take All. Thanks for joining us. Hope you enjoyed the content. Feel free to leave a comment, ask us questions, and definitely make sure to join us on our next live stream.